Well, hello everybody. My name is Mike Parker. I'm the Communications Director with the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission. I want to thank you for joining us here today at the Fort Hunter access along the Susquehanna River here in Dauphin County. Today I'm joined by Ryan Walt, our Boating and Watercraft Safety Manager, as well as Waterways Conservation Officer Derek Noonan, who is responsible for portions of Dauphin and Northumberland counties all along the Susquehanna River. So if you're wondering why I have some boating personnel here today in the dead of winter, it is because our water rescue program, which includes ice rescue, is administered by the Fish and Boat Commission's Bureau of Boating. Just some brief history on that program. The Fish and Boat Commission began the Pennsylvania Water Rescue Program in 1983 to provide water and ice rescue training for fire and rescue department personnel statewide. And since then, more than 75,000 students have been trained. The Fish and Boat Commission is the largest nonprofit public water and ice rescue program in the United States. So the topic at hand here today is the frozen Susquehanna River behind us and other moving bodies of water all across Pennsylvania, and the dangers that they present when people are tempted to walk out onto that frozen surface, which is just not a very smart thing to do. So our remarks here today, I promise, will be brief, and I'll turn things over now to Ryan Walt.
Cool, thank you. Hello, everybody. Ryan Walt, Boating and Watercraft Safety Manager for the Fish and Boat Commission. It's been my pleasure for the last 15 years or so to manage the Commission's swiftwater and ice rescue programs throughout the Commonwealth. And as you can see behind me here, there is some ice forming. It's moving water. It may look conducive to walk out on, but what we're here today is to tell you that absolutely do not go out on moving water, on ice that's on moving water. There's a lot of different fluctuations, thicknesses change, as well as there's current underneath that ice. It is not safe, and if you do want to go out and recreate, go out fishing, play hockey on a pond, lake, or impoundment, you can do that. What we recommend is that the ice be a minimum of 4 inches of thickness of good clear ice to go out and do some of those activities. So you can also refer to the Commission's ice safety guidelines. It'll show you some different thicknesses and the weights that can handle. Now, not all agencies monitor ice conditions, so they do vary, and just be very cautious. Here in the Susquehanna River, other parts of the Commonwealth, out in the Pittsburgh area, definitely stay off moving water. Some of the other things that can affect ice is sun, wind, water chemistry, around bridges where salt's going into the water. That's also going to deteriorate ice conditions. And again, you just want to make sure that if you're going out there, you want to have a set of ice alls on you, probably some ice cleats, and then also a life jacket or float coat, specifically if you're going out on a lake to go ice fishing this time of year, since we've had these cold temperatures. So in addition to that, if you do seek to go out and recreate, please ensure that you check the ice thickness as you're going out with an ice spud or an ice auger, because the last thing you want to do is fall through the ice, get yourself in trouble, get your friends in trouble, and then ultimately put first responders at risk to go out and effect a rescue. With that being said, I'd like to turn it over to Officer Noonan for his comments.
Thank you, Ryan. I'm WCO, or Waterways Conservation Officer Derek Noonan. I cover northern Dauphin County and Northumberland County. While we want everyone to stay off the river, there are some great recreational opportunities on lakes and ponds during the winter time. With that said, please be safe at all times and don't put your life or the lives of others in danger. If you're ice fishing, skating, playing hockey, or just walking and taking pictures, please be safe. Here are a few things to remember. No ice is considered safe. There is no official authority or agency that measures ice thickness. The Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission recommends a minimum of 4 inches of ice for walking on the surface of the ice. Always wear a life jacket or float coat while on the ice. Avoid inflatable life jackets which do not perform well in temperatures that are under freezing. When arriving at the water's edge, visually survey the ice. Look for open water areas and signs of recent changes in water levels. Ice sloping down from the bank can indicate a recent drop in water level, while wet areas on the ice can indicate a rise in water level. Listen for cracks or booms coming from the ice. This can be an indicator of deteriorating ice. Look for new ice which is clear or has a blue tint. Remember that ice thickness is not consistent across the lake or surface of a pond. Be aware of ice around stick-ups, which are partially submerged objects such as tree, rocks, bushes, embankments, or structures. Ice will not form as quickly where water is shallow, where the objects may absorb heat from the sun. Use an ice staff to probe ahead as you walk onto the ice. If the ice staff punches through, retreat slowly to the bank. Always carry a pair of ice aws, which are handheld spikes. This tool can assist in performing a self-rescue, in which the spikes are driven into the ice to help someone pull themselves out of the water. Never walk on the ice that is formed over moving water, such as a river or a stream. Never go out on the ice alone. Have a plan before you go out on the ice, and tell somebody where you're going and when you plan to arrive back. And for those who are new to ice fishing, you can get started by visiting the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission website page and on fishandboat.com. At this time, I'd like to hand things back over to Mike.
All right. Thank you, Ryan, Officer Noonan. That's going to end our remarks here today. If anyone would like to see a demonstration of any of the ice safety equipment that's used by our water rescue instructors, we have some of that available for your viewing. Other than that, we'd like to thank you for coming. Remind everyone to be safe this winter, especially if you're heading out onto the ice in any form for recreation on our lakes and ponds, and to stay off of those moving waters like the river behind us. At this time, we're happy to take any questions or break off for some individual interviews. All right, thank you.